Hello, welcome back to my channel. Now, today we're going to be looking at the recent re-release of A Hard Day's Night, which was supposedly remastered on exclusive 180-gram white vinyl in order to celebrate our National Album Day. Now, I appreciate that today's video is going to be a quick one, so if you've not done so already, if you could be so kind as to like this video, or even better, subscribe to my channel, that would be most appreciated. Oh, and watch this space, as hopefully I'll be reviewing the upcoming Mono Capital box set, which is due to be released on November the 22nd in due course. So us Beatle fans are always looking for something new, and when I heard there was going to be a re-release of A Hard Day's Night, oh my god, I just had to add it to the collection. However, it's fair to say that this wasn't going to be the something new that we were probably all looking for. Granted, it's actually been a while since we received anything new, the last being the Red and the Blue albums this time last year. Instead, what we got was really another copy of the 2012 vinyl release, or the 2009 George Martin mix. And although to my mind there are some subtle differences, it's pretty much the same thing. And here it is. Well, here's the jacket anyway. Here's the front cover. And here's the back cover. It's what we've all come to expect over the course of the last 50, 60 years. Exactly the same, you might say, but there are some subtle differences. Here I've got the 2012 stereo version. You won't really be able to notice on camera here, but there are some subtle differences in terms of the colour of the jacket, some slight printing differences. So this cover for the new white vinyl is just slightly lighter, and I actually quite like that. I like those subtle changes that you see on jackets, especially when you're buying something that is very similar or the same as something that you've got multiple copies of before. Now inside, you get a poly-lined inner sleeve, like we again have come to expect with Beatle releases over the years, and on it you can see here I've attached the hype stickers, National Album Day there, this white sticker here which says A Hard Day's Night Remastered, which to be fair is slightly misleading. It's not remastered, it was remastered many years ago, and this is just simply the same mix pressed onto, you know, a nicer looking vinyl record. But otherwise the music is in essence the same. So really what you're buying this for, you're buying this for the fact that it looks a little bit pretty, and unlike probably any mainstay Beatle album that you have in your collection. And here is really the exciting part. So here it is, that's side 2, as you can see, on white vinyl. It's got that original Parlophone label, side 1, and there you have it. So A Hard Day's Night on white vinyl, 180 gram white vinyl. Now I, like so many of you, when I heard about this, was hoping that perhaps we'd get an all singing, all dancing edition of A Hard Day's Night, that we might get a white vinyled release of the Mono album from 2014. I mean, it's not too much to ask, is it? But apparently it is. So no, we've just ended up with basically a duplicate of the 2012. So really this is for completists only. Saying that, and like I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of subtle differences should you decide that you want to invest in this, and those are the fact that yes, of course it is white vinyl, it does look very pretty, it does look unlike any other traditional Beatle album that you may have come across over the course of the last 10-20 years. There is a little bit of difference in terms of the clarity of the pressing, I found anyway, on my equipment. I don't know whether or not that means you notice any difference, but to my ears it does sound a little bit of a louder cut. Fundamentally the same mix, but it does sound like a louder cut. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, you do get kind of subtle differences with the artwork. There just seems to be a slightly different contrast or colour to the main jacket, which makes it look different from the other ones that I own, which is nice. So for me, it kind of very marginally makes up on those things. But really, I mean, you have to be a completist to want to buy this record, so up to you. But I mean, I'm quite happy I've got it. I probably bought it just because I'm Beatle mad and can't help myself. Really didn't need it, but it did fill the void, especially while we've been waiting for a new release. So really that's it. And I mean, this was a quick video. That is, I mean, you can still buy that version of A Hard Day's Night, the white vinyl version. You can still buy it. It's still out there in the wilderness. It's about £40, which I think is fairly reasonable for a Beatles album these days in a cost of living crisis. So yeah, it's still out there. You can get it if you want. It does fill a void, like I said, while we're waiting for kind of other releases, but you don't particularly need it, and you are buying what you've already got. Most people have the 2012 vinyl. Most people have heard it. If they haven't got it on vinyl, they might have it on CD. And really, I mean, what we want is mono. So thank God we're getting the mono Capital releases coming soon. At least that's something mono that we can talk about. Although that's a debate for another day, because really, in my mind, those should have been stereo. But you know, I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind here. So anyway, I mean, that's it on that. Hopefully you'll join me again soon, whereby I'll be talking about that Capital release in hopefully a couple of weeks' time. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.